So the next step would be the trailhead where I'm gonna go do the somewhat of an offbeat trek. Let's see if I can find that. So finally made it to the next checkpoint of the day. This is the Charan Mandir. What happened was I put the navigation on Google Maps and it made me go all the way down back to the hotel, and then I met some locals and they figured, because I had the navigation on, they figured I was going to the fort. Then I asked them and they said no, again, shut off Google Maps, it's showing you ridiculous directions, it's right by the fort. So the guy in the white t-shirt on the bike that you saw was actually guiding me. So we came all the way back up, and where there was a T-junction where I turned left to see the sunrise point, you just go the other direction and then you will come here. On this hilly area, don't trust Google Maps so much, ask the locals, otherwise you will kind of spin around in circles and waste time. Anyway, so the backdrop of this temple, so this is the Charan Mandir, which basically stands for feet temple for some reason. I don't know the story behind the naming, but yesterday night when I was walking around in the local neighborhood, I went to a sweet shop and make friends with the guy, and then he was explaining about the places to see here. So he mentioned that by this temple, I think from over there's a trekking trail that goes down all the way to a pond that's named Elephant Pond, Hathni Kund. Basically that's an ideal place to go during the monsoon, but this is off season, so I'm gonna go there anyway despite the scorching heat, and then on the way back we're gonna go inside the temple. So that's the benefit of chatting up with the locals, because this does not come up in the itinerary when you are in Jaipur. I was also kind of thinking about the typical tours that people do when they are in Jaipur. Neither this fort nor this trek, they are never part of the itinerary. So hopefully through this vlog you're gonna get some new ideas and expand your itinerary and check out more offbeat locations. There is not a soul in sight, and even there I saw one car and two Activas up top parked aside from mine. I'm guessing one belongs to the priest, others maybe some visitors, but that's about it. Don't see anybody on this trek here, and you see all this vegetation around here. Probably this turns slightly greener during the monsoon season, but right now it's all barren, and the terrain also is like very rocky, so have like proper hiking boots. So I'm completely prepared. I have my pro hiking boots, I have ample water and supplies, so just gonna go there. And I also started tracking on my smartwatch to see how long of a trek is this and how hard does it get, because it's my first time doing this and I've never heard of this even last time when I was here. Not sure if this is a new trek or something, but this doesn't come up often in discussion, so I'm on a quest to explore this myself, since the local that I spoke to highly recommended this, although they said it would be better if you were here in the monsoon. But when you're a traveler like me and you make spontaneous plans, you see what you see when you can. You don't wait for the proper moments and such. So since I'm here, I'm gonna do this trek anyway. This does give me like the Samaria Gorge like feeling in Greece that I hiked with a friend of mine back when I was doing my summer holidays in Greece. You see it's all desert area, although the sediment height is not as much to give you a gorge like feeling, but still like you are deep in the ravines, and I think during the monsoon season this would be the route for the water flow, so I guess I'm just going upstream. The only landmark that I saw so far was at 720 meters from the start of the temple, that well, which tells me that this is the water route, and then I'm following my intuition. If I'm being honest, a few moments I keep feeling like I might be on the wrong track, but I'm just going to keep going for a while until I feel like I'm completely lost in the ravines. But I don't think I am, because every once in a while I see these kind of markers along the way, so I guess some previous trekkers have tried to make it convenient for new comers like me, so they can find the route. So let's see if we're still on the right track. So done 40 minutes of trekking, did 1.5 kilometers in the process, and I think I made to a good vantage point. I'm debating if I want to go further or not, given that it's the dry season. Not going to see much of water anyway, but here's the view that I'm talking about. So there is a temple. Around you can see the steps. If you go all the way down, I think down there should be the Hathni Kund, the pond that I was trying to go to. And I met 0 people along the route, and it's absolutely unmarked terrain, and it's only meant for seasoned trekkers who have a good sense of direction, because as I told you before, this is the kind of vegetation that you have all around you, and if you can't tell the direction properly, you're going to start spinning in circles, and you have to go up and down a few mountains here. So it's not advisable if you're a solo novice trekker to do this trek, because you're likely going to get stuck. If you have some people around you, if you have some sort of idea of where you're going, only then do it at your own risk. But I don't think I want to go all the way down. Anyway, it's getting very, very hot and it's super windy out here. So I'm just going to enjoy the view from a distance. I'm not going to go by the cliff because it's like getting very windy now. I'm going to cool off a little bit and then start heading back.
Many minutes later.
Alright, so made it back to the Charan Mandir. Did 2.5 kilometers in 1 hour. The elevation gain is not very steep, so the trek is easy that way. But yeah, as I mentioned, the unmarked terrain makes it a little bit treacherous. So that was a fun experience. Let's go inside, learn more about the temple, and I see there's a water body up front as well, so we're going to check that out afterwards. Had a very peaceful darshan inside. The priest was very friendly and talkative, so I was spending quite some time here. It's almost 2 p.m. now. So this temple is basically famous for the feet impressions of Lord Krishna and his cows. So there are 5 different feet impressions of the cows, and then cross-legged feet impressions of Lord Krishna inside. So he was explaining about the significance of this temple, hence the name, the Charan temple, feet temple. And on that side, the water body that I was seeing, let's go check that out. So that water body was the one I'm seeing, and the palace right there is the Jal Mahal. So the Jal Mahal got its name because it's in the middle of a water body, and that's a part of a typical touristy circuit if you do it in Jaipur. So Jal Mahal, Hawa Mahal, City Palace, these are the typical forts and fortresses that you're gonna see if you're on a package tour. But the one that I did today in this vlog are typically not a part of the touristic circuit, so definitely worth a view. And once you come up at this altitude, you can see the Jal Mahal from up here, and it's a much better view anyway. You can't cross the water body to go inside. You probably would see it from the road that goes around it, but better still, this view is much nicer. Okay, so all this running around and all the trekking and stuff has made me hungry. It's 2 p.m. now, so we're gonna head to somewhat of a touristic hangout spot, but I've been wanting to go there for a while now. The shop is called Lakshmi Mistan Bhandar, which actually stands for Lakshmi Sweet Store, but they sell more than sweets. They sell almost everything, so I'm gonna go in and grab some lunch over there. So let's head over there. So we finally made it to the market, and the markets in Jaipur typically look like this. They have symmetry, they have board signs up front, and then they have their labels and shop number. So I'm here at the shop where I want to dine, but because it's a very busy place, I parked 100 meters up front. So that's the shop that sells sweets, and then they also have a hotel chain up now. So this is a special Rajasthani dessert called ghevar. You can have that, but it's made with pure desi ghee and it's very heavy. So I'm not in a position to buy ferni and ghevar. These are the two legit Rajasthani desserts. But this shop has some authentic Rajasthani pickles, so I'm gonna grab half kg to bring back to our homestay. One is a red chili pickle, one is a mixed pickle, but they are all authentic Rajasthani flavors. So that was it for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed this vlog episode of Nahargarh and a completely different side of Jaipur. Gonna end this vlog episode. This is the Rustic Wanderer signing off. See you again the next time.